pestilence, the rigorous labor didn't take him out. Nothing took him out. Because he built on a stone.
For it was founded upon a rock.
Come on.
And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not shall be likened unto a foolish man, which built his house upon the sand. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the wind blew and beat upon that house, and it fell. And great was the fall of it.
That's right. Great was the fall of it. You know, and we out here in humbleness. So every day we pray to the Most High, and He forgive us for our sins, deliver us from the hand of our oppressors. Okay, give us our daily bread. Give me neither riches nor poverty. Right? These are what our prayers. This is the context of our prayers. Not even on focus on meat and drink and all this, that, and the other, raiment. It's more so focusing on the mercy that cometh from the Most High God. But this is something to be weary of. This is something to be very cognizant of. Okay? Because this will make or break you. You got something there?
The book of James, chapter 3, verse 13. Who is a wise man and endued with knowledge among you? Let him show out of a good conversation his works with meekness and wisdom. But if ye have bitter envyings and strife in your hearts, glory not, and lie not against the truth. This wisdom descendeth not from above, but is earthly, sensual, devilish.
This wisdom descended not from above.
So this envying, this strife, this contention, this covetous, this wisdom descend not from above. Where does it descend from?
But it's earthly.
It's earthly.
Sensual.
Sensual.
Devilish.
Right? Devilish. So it comes from the devil. I.e. the so-called white man. Right? That's where we get this covetous spirit. This earthly spirit that we want to live in our sensuality. Right?
That's right.
What feels good. Because that's what sensual means.
That's right.
Right? It feels good to be out here doing this and doing that, even though it's wrong, it feel good. Right?
That's right.
What else is on that?
For where envying and strife is, there is confusion.
So wherever there's envy and strife, there's confusion. Hence, black on black crime.
All praise.
Right? Because there's oh man, that brother got this, the brother got that, man, he don't hustle harder than me. Why he got that? Well, I'm gonna take it. Right? Wherever there's envy and strife, there's confusion. Confusion is conflict.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. And every Salaki.
Go ahead.
And every evil work.
Every evil work. Everything under the sun. All because of envying, strife, contention, covetousness, jealousy. All under that is every evil work.
It says, but the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, and easy to be entreated, full of mercy and good fruits.
So the wisdom that comes from above, which is the law, statutes, and commandments, is a comforter, merciful. Right? What is a comforter? It comforts you. You're in the cold, you're shivering, you put your comforter on, you're warm.
That's right.
You feel better, you feel healthy, you feel nourished. That's what the wisdom from above does. It comforts you in your time of calamity. Your house is built on a rock through this comfort, through this wisdom, through these laws. So when calamity comes, you have this understanding. You know how to handle it.
That's right. It says, without partiality, and without hypocrisy.
Without hypocrisy or partiality, no partialness to it.
That's talking about the church.
Come.
Because all this madness is going on in the church too.
Come.
They say wherever, you know.
Is it on there?
18.
Come. Finish that off.
And the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace of them that make peace.
Come. I mean, that's self-explanatory.
Come. Sown in peace of them that make peace. Look at 1 Corinthians 14 and 33.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 14, verse 33. For Yahweh is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints.
Lord is about peace.
And that word church is going in. That word church is not talking about a building. It's going into a gathering of Israelites.
Yeah.
That's
so,
actually what the word church means.
But you know what I meant when I was saying.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to expound on that.
Okay, yeah.
When it says in the churches, it's talking about a gathering of Israelites.
Yeah,
it's not talking about an actual building.
That's right.
Because the Most High dwelleth not in the temple made with hands, with man's hands.
Come on. You know? So, if that's the case, then what's going on out here? Why we speak well of wickedness? Like the brothers say, we call good evil, evil good.
Come on.
You know? We call good evil, evil good. So we gotta endure in these last days. We gotta put our foundation gotta be a rock, not sand. When the wind comes and the wind comes and the what did it say? The tempest, the storms. That's all the issues of life, right? That's all the issues of life. You know? You got anything, brother?
Ecclesiastes 9 and 8, and then what's that? Matthew 12 and 22. Ecclesiastes 9 and 8 first.
Too many Bibles. Good.
Yeah, Matthew 22 and 12 and Ecclesiastes 9 and 8.
All right, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 12.
Get the
Ecclesiastes first.
9 and 8 first.
I mean,
No.
What, Ecclesiastes?
9 and 8.
9 and 8. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9, verse 8. Let thy garments be always white, and let thy head lack no ointment.
Son, let your garments always be white, right? Your garments is your wisdom and understanding, which is the law. Always white, meaning not going off into other philosophies and ways of life and living dirty. White means pure.
That's right.
Right? Your white garments are known as your wedding garments, right? Because we're supposed to be going to a marriage, right? So what's gonna happen if we show up into a wedding and we don't have our garments on? If they're not white, if we dabble into these other philosophies, if we dabble into this wickedness that the white man wants to dabble in, right? What's gonna happen? Get that Matthew.
All right, so this is the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 12. And he said unto him, Friend, how camest thou in hither, not having a wedding garment? And he was speechless.
Like, so the man showed up to the wedding, and he didn't have his garments on.
Right.
Or maybe he had some garments on and they wasn't white, but they wasn't the wedding garments.
Son.
And the wedding garments needed to be all white. Right?
Yep.
And Yahweh asked him, hey, how camest thou without your garments on?
That's right.
Right? And the man was speechless, like, oh man, I didn't know she was gonna notice that my garments wasn't on. I didn't know. He froze up. Kind of like when a man got somebody put a gun on you, you freeze up. And what happened after that?
It says, Then said the king to the servants, Bind him hand and foot, and take him away, and cast him into outer darkness. there shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
Come. So if we don't keep our garments white and waiting for this marriage, this wedding,
Come.
we'll be bound hand and foot and thrown into darkness, thrown into death, right? And they'll be weeping and mourning. You'll be begging. You'll be crying like Esau. You'll be weeping like Esau.
Yeah, for one birth, for one
Morsel of meat.
morsel of meat.
And that's what you're doing right now. You're dirtying up your garments for one morsel of meat.
That's right.
It ain't worth it.
Come.
It ain't worth it. Let your garments always be white. Be in preparation for this wedding. Because the wedding is coming. We're out here bidding them to the marriage right now.
Yeah.
The invitations are going out right now.
That's right.
Are you going to accept it?
Come. Yeah, man. Exactly. And you know, people like to say, oh, well, that doesn't make sense. That's why I don't believe in God, because the Bible contradicts itself. It contradicts itself. That's why I don't believe in all that. Or I only believe in the Old Testament because it don't fit what you like. It just said it was for peace. The Lord is for peace and all this, that, and the other. But then he turns around and says, you know, he takes somebody out to outer darkness.
Peace for the righteous.
What type of God is that?
Peace for the righteous.
Exactly. For the saints. Let's get Psalms 120. Let's start at verse 4. Yahushua, he brought all this understanding. You know? All this understanding. And it's and y'all just want to keep confusion, right? You know, some of these other oppressed people who call themselves Mexicans, Hispanics, and Hondurans, and Panamanians, and all the Latino tribes, they have a hatred for the other, for the so-called black man, right? And some black men have hatred for the so-called white man. That's confusion among the oppressed people. They all shaking their head at us, you know? Every last one of them shaking their head at us, you know? But that's confusion. Lord is for peace. But you're going to be bound hand and foot, because you've been getting all this understanding. All this mercy has been thrown at your feet for you to pick it up and utilize it and grow thereby. All this, the understanding of the word. But what happens?
The book of Psalms 120, verse 4. Sharp arrows of the mighty with coals of juniper. Woe is me that I sojourn in Meshech, that I dwell in the tents of Kedar. My soul hath long dwelt with him that hateth peace.
That's right. You know, we in these cruel habitations, land of, you know, they come through here, you ain't gonna see nothing but black people out here. Dark-skinned people, right? Tents of Kedar, blackness, right? And Meshech, it's like just a cruel habitation. You know, that's the context of the scripture. It's easy to see, right? And our soul has long dwelt with him that hateth peace. And a lot of our people, like the brothers bring out, can be wicked, which is Israelites as well, profane like Esau, hating each other. Our soul is dwelling with these youngsters that want to kill the people. We are oppressed by our young men, killed by our young men, through the music, through the philosophies that y'all lift up and hold in high regard. We're being destroyed day in and day out. And our soul has long time dealt with y'all that hate peace. Y'all same ones gonna be bound hand and foot. Y'all same ones gonna be laughed at by the Most High God. Right? Gonna be laughed at when y'all try to call on him. When y'all calamity come on you suddenly. Right?
I am for peace,
Huh.
but when I speak, they are for war.
It lines up. The words that the Lord gives, you for war. It's a reproach unto you to hear the words of the Most High God. I am for peace, but when I speak, they are for war. Who? The Israelites? Of course Esau, because his word ain't for him. He gonna hate it. You know? He speak loftily concerning our oppression, and so do you niggas.
Huh.
You know? That hate peace, man. That push off understanding. So that's why the scriptures say you gotta abide in love. You got something, bro?
Yeah.
And that's the thing about it. It don't matter what black men are doing. They always gonna hate us until the Most High come back and deliver us and bring power to, especially his men out here doing the truth. See his men out here carrying on in wickedness and folly, but we get looked at like we gonna hurt somebody. Do we look like we're gonna hurt anybody out here with the Bible in our hand? Do we look like we're gonna hurt somebody? Yet people looking at us like we're gonna hurt. Oh, let's hurry up and come on, let's go, let's get. We're not gonna do anything to y'all. We got, you know. The so-called white man has done these things to us. The so-called white man has killed our people, put us in these situations. Go ahead.
Yeah, but they put some of their own people in situations.